Yup, it's time to talk about the big scary news everyone else is talking about, coronavirus, up next. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and there's no escaping the coronavirus news because it seems everyone is focused on it right now. Naturally, it has people worried, and I wanted to focus on what you should know if you have a cruise planned. Now, first and foremost, I'm not a medical expert, so I'm sharing my observations based on the information I have found out there. And of course, what I share today may change drastically by tomorrow or next week. I think it's important to recognize that while the coronavirus is a serious threat, it's a far more significant issue for those with compromised immune systems than many others. Most cases of COVID-19 exhibit mild or moderate symptoms, but those that develop a more serious illness are usually the elderly and those with underlying health conditions. Naturally, plenty are concerned because no one ever wants to get sick, but the more you watch the news, and people are starting to freak out about it. So here are the facts. As of March 2nd, directly from the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, COVID-19 has caused 3,085 reported deaths worldwide, including 6 deaths in the United States. And of those 3,000 deaths, the vast majority of them have been in mainland China. In comparison, the seasonal flu caused 291,000 to 646,000 deaths worldwide, and 12,000 to 61,000 deaths in the US per year. If the seasonal flu hasn't shut down access to the United States, it will take a lot more than 6 or so for coronavirus to do so. Now, Royal Caribbean pulled the ships out of China many weeks ago, so your crews will be avoiding the worst hit areas. Of course, we can't forget that Princess cruise ship in Japan that was quarantined for many weeks due to coronavirus is all people could think about and worry that it could be them. That's one ship, and it was truly awful. I certainly wouldn't want to be one of those on there, but how many other cruises have gone on without an issue since? One full ship quarantine out of so many others is an anomaly, not a guarantee of what you can expect. Then, of course, there's the issue with the media coverage that tends to sensationalize the issue because it increases their ratings. Scary things always capture the attention of the audience, just like when you decided to watch this video. So the news covers it at great lengths to keep the public informed, yes, but also to keep those ratings high with daily reporting. Royal Caribbean is doing its part to be abundantly cautious. Since the initial outbreak, the cruise line has worked with the Centers for Disease Control and other cruise industry members to craft a plan to curb the spread of coronavirus on its ships. Royal Caribbean is one company going beyond CLIA guidelines, denying boarding to any passenger who has come within 6 feet of anyone who's been in mainland China, Hong Kong, Macau, Iran, South Korea, or Italy in the last 15 days. On board the ship, you can expect to find thoroughly sanitizing the ship and the cruise terminal before and after every sailing, special sanitizing of high traffic areas on board multiple times a day, adding extra medical staff on every single sailing, providing complimentary consultations with medical experts for all guests and crew, and the captain will make 2 announcements during the cruise every day to remind everybody how to stay healthy on board. These protocols and screening procedures are aimed to ensure that those who may have been exposed are not sailing on this cruise. Royal Caribbean is constantly getting advice and input from the World Health Organization, as well as the CDC, to ensure its policies are keeping guests and crews safe. On top of all of this, there's always the important topic of travel insurance. Now is as important a time as ever to reconsider it for the trip you're going to be taking. For just a couple $100s, you can protect your thousands of dollar investment in your cruise vacation. And to those that want to cancel their cruise out of fear of the coronavirus, Royal Caribbean will provide much of that money back in a refund if you cancel before the final payment date. But if you are past final payment, it will cost you. And this is, of course, a classic example of where a good travel insurance plan would have saved a ton of money. The current situation, honestly, reminds me a lot of when a hurricane forms, and the long-term models show the storm potentially hitting a wide swath of possible locations, and there's always plenty of people that want Royal Caribbean to cancel all their sailings. Instead, Royal Caribbean moves the ships away from the storm, and in the case of coronavirus, they're updating itineraries to avoid any regions that are experiencing a significant amount of cases, such as in China and South Korea. Here's the bottom line. There is no guarantee in life, and no one can predict accurately what the future will hold in terms of the spread of coronavirus. It's just as likely things will get better as it will worse. And like all other pandemics, epidemics, and virus outbreaks of the past, coronavirus too will eventually peak and then dissipate. I believe canceling your Caribbean cruise in the next few weeks or months may be premature considering where the virus is and is not, as well as the fact that coronavirus is not an immediate death sentence by any means. This isn't Ebola or the Black Plague by any means. Until the authorities change guidelines, it's important to remember life goes on and you can't live your life worrying about what ifs and statistically low probabilities. I hope this provided some insight into what you should know with the coronavirus and maybe some reassurance that maybe, just maybe, the world isn't coming to an end. I know there are going to be some people who are going to be upset about the whole situation. I'm sure they're going to be commenting in this video. But remember, keep calm and cruise on. This has been Matt from Royal Caribbean Blog. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk again real soon.